Guided meditation and stress management. 60-minute session includes or consists of 5 to 7 minutes or 10 minutes of talk, 40 minutes of practice, and another 5 minutes of sharing your experiences. Why you share your experiences? Because we will share it and we will understand whether we progress on the path of meditation or not. So, first thing first. Eastern wisdom, it is 6,000 years old. We have 3,000 teachers in the text that started the journey of meditation, including you were just talking about yoga nidra, and we have thousands of practices. The goal is threefold. Who is qualified and ready for either yoga nidra or meditation? So these masters talks a lot about these principles, which you do not find in the science. Why? The science aims at the discovery of the objective reality, outside, nature, matter. But the Eastern wisdom aims at discovery of the subjective reality. So the manuals of both are the same, different, totally different. The path is different. Even though the science complements the meditation and other practices, they complement, but they cannot get to the soul of meditation, the soul of subjective reality. That is very clear. Make it very clear. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'll make it clear. The manuals of the science always looks at the world outside, matter, objective world, behavior, attitude. But the manuals of the Eastern wisdom always focus on who am I, what is my true nature, and what is meditation? So simple. Is to discover that true nature. And how the master explains the true nature? It is the self. It is the state of the highest consciousness. It is of the nature of peace, love, truth, wisdom, and love. 5 attributes. There is a lot of permutation and combinations, and then we have 64 attributes clearly explained by these masters. One of them is compassion. When we talk of mindfulness, we talk of compassion. So now, coming to the main topic, mind. Mind meditation. When I used to live in Himalayas, so we used to say mind, mosquito, and meditation. So there were a lot of mosquitoes there. So we have, I think, every master explains in detail about the mind. First 3 principles, that we have to learn the principles as it is. We have to contemplate and reflect upon those principles for clarity. Then we have to practice it regularly in order to achieve permanent peace and happiness. So once you discover that inner peace and happiness, then your mind will ask the question, why the people are not living in peace and happiness? And you told me, everybody is suffering from stress. That is the difference. When you live in meditation, after regular practice, the time reaches, then you live in meditation. Then you say, why? Why people are not living in peace and happiness? That brings the subject of the mind. What is this mind? Simple definition. One definition I'll talk. There is a self and there is a non-self. What is the non-self? Is the material world. And here is the self deep inside. When they both come in contact, the mind is created. Such a simple definition. The science has not been able to explain what the mind is. But they try. The trying doesn't work. So you see that. Now the mind is created. How many times you have anxiety today, my friend? How many times we felt little reacting, my friend, today?
Not just day.
Huh?
I started at night even.
Oh yeah, night, yes. How many times you felt you had negative thoughts? So now one master explains that this mind thinks. Thinking is natural ability. But the master says that either your mind has a distorted thinking or a right thinking. What is right thinking? You think about a problem, you clear it, you remove the doubt, you have a solution, finished. That is the right thinking. What was the right thinking? Just now? Your mind thought of attending this session of this crazy guy. You drove your car, you reached here. You see, there is no distortion. There is no confusion. There is no doubt. Right? So when the thinking causes the doubt, it moves in a vicious circle. You are obsessed with the thinking, then it is a wrong thinking. First understand this. The wrong thinking will never help you go and practice meditation. Yes, you're right. You see this? How simple it is to understand. So it is the wrong thinking that causes the anxiety. It is the wrong thinking that causes the stress. Wrong thinking. Another way to understand. With reference to the meditation, this wrong thinking expresses itself in our life when this mind thinks about others. Right thinking, when you think about yourself and the mind makes you self-oriented, which is the first qualification of any meditation. Not self-centered, self-oriented. You always have a wrong thinking in three possible ways. You always think about others in three categories. First category, the mind thinks about people. Who are they people? My honey. I always talk about it. Yesterday I was talking to him and I said, what is the percentage of your belief with your honey? 60%. So I went to the great clips here and she said, no, I don't trust my honey. I said, what? Do you live in peace? No, I'm always in anxiety. I said, that is the wrong thinking. So she looked at me. I said, no, first trim my beard. And I learned, you have to learn from everyday experiences. Just in the afternoon I was there. No, I have a lot of, and then she showed me a big face. I said, you have to correct your mind. So first category is mind, others. Others means first category is the people. The second category is the place. I have a lot of stress in my office. No, I'm okay at home. I have a lot of stress at home. And then there is a red light. Oh, what's the hell, they are doing, Place. The mind always moves only in three categories. So now when you understand it, you can become aware. Then what happens? During the practice of meditation, even if the mind goes to these places, you avoid that. Okay, let me continue the journey. That is why we need an understanding. Third category is the time. Oh, I had a lot of stress in the past. I should have done something differently. You're more than a God. Okay, change the past. Unnecessary thinking. We don't want to drop it. My honey abused me 10 years ago, and I still remember. You see, time. Past, regret and guilt, worry. And present, we compare. Future, we worry. So it means if the meditation is moving the mind inside, going within, living within and awakening within, it means what? The right thinking should be the mind should stop thinking about others in 3 categories. But still the mind thinks. So what is guided meditation then? Guided meditation, simple definition is, you keep your mind aside and you borrow my mind only for an hour. I'm not ready to give my mind forever. So you have to use your mind. You have to change your mind. So you borrow my mind means instruction, follow it without any resistance, reaction. As if your mind is giving you the instruction. I Vikram none. And at the same time, you keep your mind aside. That you do all the time, subconsciously and habitually. When you drive the car, you are talking to yourself. Always talking to yourself. But still you drive. So that is how you have to drive your mind to the meditation, listening to me. Keep your other mind aside, which is thinking of the people, the places, and the time. You got it? Your mind may be thinking now, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. The other point of awareness, the moment the mind, which always thinks wrongly, or I say wrong thinking from the mind, what helps? What are the symptoms? You're always talking to yourself. You're somewhere else. You have a big face. And I tell people, you both have come for the first time. I see that the moment people meet me second time and they have to smile. I said, oh, what happened to you? So my mind is somewhere else. It is constantly thinking, unnecessarily. It is very important, even after doing 1 hour of meditation, you have to. When the mind is constantly, chattering inside, when you're driving, tell your mind to stop it. I cannot be with you 24 hours. No, you can. And it will be tough, for you to keep yourself listening. You see that? You have to tell yourself. We get into anxiety because of honey, and I'm going to the office, the honey is in the mind. Come on. What kind of a life we are living? That is why we do the meditation. You are young, it's better to continue the journey of the meditation. So just 1 more minute and then we'll start. So in this guided meditation, we follow the teachings of one great master who lived almost 3,000 years ago, who has written an Upanishad. Upanishad is a group of texts. There are many texts. What is the Upanishad? It's a dialogue between a master and a disciple. So every time one disciple goes, He says, I have this problem, I have this stress. So the master understands his or her temperament, emotions, mental level. Based on that, the master gives the customized practices. And that is what we follow here. So every time I look at it, I see the people, I talk about, that is why I ask the question, what is your expectation? I'm not a bank to fulfill all the expectations, but still I ask. So that gives me some idea. Who am I to fulfill your expectation? You have to do it yourself. So that is the way. It is a journey. Don't make Google as a teacher, but yes, read a lot of information. And 1 hour of information you read, that is another principle, and then we'll start with it. Those principles are into the head for the last 38 years. So it says that 1 hour of information, 1 hour of this meditation, whatever I talk for about 10 to 12 minutes, you have to contemplate 24 times the same principle. Right thinking, wrong thinking. Oh, I was remembering honey, and then my mind reacted, stop it. It doesn't happen just by listening. It doesn't change your mind. That's why it's not a journey. It's not a destination, it's a journey. You continue to practice. The time comes, then mind is clear. It's a journey. No, I did it, I did the practice 10 years back, then why you are here? I get a lot of people. No, I don't offend them, but I ask them. So I did the practice 10 years back, and means what? I know it. Okay, you know it. Then you live in meditation. There is no need to come here. So the first thing, understand that point, very important. So Upanishad literally means sitting nearby yourself with awareness, with a commitment. And the third syllable means to destroy all the stress and the suffering and awaken to inner peace and happiness. That is the meaning of this Sanskrit word, Upanishad. Up, sitting nearby. Ni, commitment, Sanskrit word. And Shad, destroy, bring an end to the suffering. And the another meaning, awaken to inner peace and happiness. That is the meaning. The peace is within you. You have to start with that trust. Trust with yourself. Don't believe me. Let us start. Sit or lie down. First thing first. If you feel comfortable while sitting for another 35 to 40 minutes, good. If you don't, it is better to lie down. Otherwise, what happens? People, I've been teaching here for the last 6-7. I will sit, and after 10 minutes, the meditation becomes pain meditation. Don't do that. Be very clear, my friend. Your choice. Eyes are closed, and we'll follow the first 4 signature steps in this journey, which is different from the Saturday's session that I gave and also the Sunday's session that I gave. So first, eyes are closed. And you see that after listening it, I don't allow your mind to go anywhere. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath into the belly and the chest. Breathe out from the belly and the chest. Make it little hissing sound, yes. Make it speedier. Breathe in into the belly and the chest. 1 breath. Breathe out from the belly and the chest. Second point, start looking inside the forehead. Continue the breath, but start looking inside the forehead. Start looking inside the forehead. Continue. Continue, my friend. Continue. Continue. Deep breath. Hissing sound. Make it faster. I should hear the sound with a humming sound. Breathing out. it little louder. But keep your awareness inside the forehead. What we are doing? We are helping the mind to go within and should not be concerned about the people, the places, and yes, my friend, that is good. Continue. Louder, deeper, and longer. The lips are together. And stop it. We did the first step. Why? Only to purify the mind from the impurities. What are those impurities? The wrong thinking. One way is to contemplate, listening and understanding the principle. The other way, when practically you're doing, you start picking up. That is why we utter the sound with a long breath. Anyhow, let us move to the second way. Another way is to purify the mind for a temporary period is the breath. Look inside the chest and start breathing playfully and gently, quick and a fast breath. You have heard me, guided meditation is listening. Borrow my mind. Don't listen to your mind. Your mind will say, no, I feel something. Yes, that is why we are doing the breathing. Come on. No, I'm feeling something. That's why I cannot do it. I should not do it. Don't allow the mind to think in that way. That is a wrong thinking. I see that? That is the point. So we are continuing with the 4 signature steps as usual, and then we'll go a little deeper. Continue, my friend. Continue. 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 Yes. Continue. Continue. And stop it. Learn from your own experiences. What I observed, you might have observed also, that your breath rate in the beginning was different, in the middle was different, and the end different. Who did it? Mind. That mind was not ready. Which mind? The mind that causes you the anxiety. Simple way to understand. And we make Google as a teacher, and we say, okay, Google says if you breathe from here and if you breathe from there. No. If you don't know the principles, then you are carried away by it. Now we have to learn from our own experiences, but before that, we prepare. So you see the preparatory step I used to give as a first, but now I'm giving as a third step. Look at the neck joint. What is that preparation for meditation? You raise awareness of the mind. That is the actual preparation. What we do, oh, let me lit an incense stick, let nobody disturb me from outside. That doesn't work if you keep the mind outside. Here, this works. Look at the first preparation is being comfortable. How we follow it? Move the mind on the neck joint. So when the mind feels the neck joint, you feel sensation, you feel comfortable. Done. If you don't feel comfortable, you can adjust and align. Look at the shoulder joints. Check it again. Shoulder joints. You can adjust and align now. Nobody is aligning, it is comfortable. So now if the mind confirms that the shoulder joints are comfortable, means what? During the entire journey today, the shoulder joints are not moving. That is the key. You see that? That is your awareness of the body. Look at the hip joint. Feel the sensation and being comfortable. Knee joints. Sensation and being comfortable. Ankle joints. Sensation, being comfortable. Toes. The main thing in meditation is to, if you raise your awareness, you can easily drop the mind. And there are thousands of ways of doing it. One of them is you're doing it. Second point in the preparatory step is being carefree. Carefree, meaning free from the cares of the mind. How the mind cares it? Default setting. What is the default setting? It always thinks about others. Okay. Should we control it? No. Let it think. We are simply aware. It is like standing across a road, watching the traffic, moving on a highway. What is that point? You separate from the traffic. Awareness is there and the thoughts are there. Once you experience they are separate, you are carefree. A very subtle aspect of it. And that is what is expressed in terms of let the thought come and go. Yeah. The third point, intention. What is that intention? Look inside the head or the heart. Observe and maintain your awareness. Is the mind diving deep inside? Let it dive into the infinite space. Continue to dive deep within. And you may experience somewhere it stops. Why it stops? The mind is not there. That self we are discovering in meditation. Just get a glimpse of it. This step is also done. A reminder that we are moving inside, living within, and awakening within. Now look at the head and the neck. Mind moves to the head and the neck. You feel the sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Move the mind on the right arm Move the mind again on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingers. It doesn't mean the right arm is moving. Mind goes to the right arm. Pick up the principle, raising your awareness. If you know these principles, you can play with meditation. The meditation becomes a play, a joy. Right arm, experience sensation, relaxation in the stillness. Left arm, the mind on the left arm, what it means. It means that the mind divides and perceives the objects, including the body. So the moment I say the left arm, the mind picks up the name of the name, then the shape. Mind goes again to the left arm. That is how the mind works. It fragments, it divides everything. That is what I discussed, Okay, I believe my honey 60%. It divides. The mind is the problem. So mind goes back again to the left arm. This time it feels the sensation. Mind goes back again to the left arm. Then it experiences the relaxation. Goes back again and it experiences the stillness. And then it combines everything. Left arm, name, shape, sensation, relaxation, stillness. We are doing it with awareness. It is not a scanning. The moment you say it is scanning, then the science is scanning the physical body. And meditation is a discovery of the self. It doesn't work. That is the key point. Look at the chest and the belly. Mind moves on the chest and the belly. Mind works at a very subtle level. It goes back and forth. It goes again. It experiences the sensation, relaxation and stillness. And why I'm giving a pause in between? So that your awareness remains intact, and in between the pause, that wrong thinker doesn't come. When it doesn't come, you're there with me. You have really borrowed my mind. See the point? I'm explaining every bit of it. You need not to think. Move the mind on the right leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. Mind again on the right leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation and the stillness. What happens when you embark on a journey of meditation? You undergo variety of experiences. The body starts sinking into the floor, accept it. Rising, you feel as if it is rising up. You experience tingling, numbness, freezing, hot, cold, vision, colors, flowers. Let it happen. You continue the journey. Don't get carried away by these experiences. They are bound to come in the way. There are other set of experiences. Your mind drops deep down very fast in some step, and then it falls down into unconscious sleep. It is okay. Then it continues to move horizontally inside. It maintains that awareness. That is what many people share their experiences. I was with you at every moment. And that's how I observe and understand when you share your experiences. And the third, the mind rises above into a higher domain. What happens? different experiences. When you share, I'll tell you. Look at the left leg. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation. Experience the relaxation in the stillness. Look at the entire body. The entire body, sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. Now we'll go for ascending and descending of the consciousness. In that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, look at the breath that going in, breath coming out. Going in, coming out. No change. And feeling the sensation. Three-pointed awareness. I always talk in most of these meditation sessions why it is one of the most important fundamental. What we talk? Oh, focus on the breath. No focus. Focus creates an effort. Then it doesn't become a play and a joyful journey. You are in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body and looking at the breath. With a three-pointed awareness, we expand the mind. When you maintain the three-pointed awareness of the breath, not paying attention non-judgmentally, that is never possible. But still, the Google will give you a definition of mindfulness in that way. It contradicts the fundamental principles coming from the teachings of the great masters. Breath is going in and out, one-pointed awareness. Then it becomes two-pointed awareness. You feel the sensation as well as the breath going in and out. You feel both the points at the same time. You're simply aware that there is no change. Good. Let us add the fourth. What is that? The moment the breath goes in, mentally drop Soham. Don't start thinking of Soham. Simply say Soham. The breath comes out, Soham. Mentally. It is a mental sound, drops on the breath. Consider the breath as your car, on which you allow Soham to sit in. Breath goes in, Soham, comes out, Soham. And then what we are doing? We are understanding and experiencing if the mind continues to live within. Why? Living within will help us to know our real true nature. You should not get upset with if anyone is making a sound in sleep. Rather, that should make you aware. Why? You're not outside. You're living within. See the point. Breath is the same. Three-pointed awareness continues. Now that fourth point awareness, there is a change. What is that change? The breath is the same. The moment the breath goes in, you drop to Soham. The breath is going in, Soham, Soham, mentally. Breath is returning, Soham, Soham. What is happening? The mind is becoming subtle and subtler. What does that mean? You raise your awareness inside. What does that mean? You leave the world outside. What does that mean? A sense of bodilessness comes as your awareness, as your experience. Let us see. 2 times. You have been training naturally the status quo of the sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body, and the 3-pointed awareness. The breath is going in and out, feeling the sensation, no change. Where we change? Only the soham, this time, 3 times, without changing the breath. Breath is going in, soham, soham, soham. Mentally you are saying, it is possible. One master I know in the Himalayas, he used to do 27 times with the same breath. Just imagine, understand how subtle his mind, he could count. And we did the study, putting the electrodes into the brain, and we know, yes, I'm only saying 3 times. Why I explain this? Don't allow the mind that starts thinking wrongly, how can I do it? Be into the state. Possible. Simple. This is an ascending process of the mind, where we help the mind to continue to live within and dive deeper within. And now we are going to release. It will be a descending. That descending process brings the inner peace and happiness. I'll talk in the next session about ascending and descending. Now replace with the 2 soham, not 3. Breath goes in, soham, soham. Breath comes out, soham. Now you can experience the space in the breath. That is more important. The breath is the same. You were doing 3, but now you're doing 2. And we are aware of more space. Oh, 2 is so easy. That easiness is nothing but a descending of the higher consciousness. That's a beautiful explanation. I'll take it in the later sessions following week. Now, only one soham when the breath goes in, one soham when breath returns. Casual, natural, playful, in the state of sensation, relaxation, and the stillness. We understood that in this journey of meditation, you may have a variety of experiences, includes sinking of the body into the floor. You may feel as if it is rising up. You may feel a state of bodilessness. You may experience the visions and the colors, freezing of the body, tingling, hot in the warmth, freezing cold. What should you do? Nothing. Let it come and go. Very important. One soham. Continue. And doing nothing. Yes, my friends, do nothing. Live into that state of doing nothing. Why the meditation is known as an effortless and natural? It is the state of doing nothing. But because of challenges, the impressions that we have accumulated in the mind, those impurities, we have to do something, but at this moment you are in the state of doing nothing. Learn your experiences. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We return from the journey in a specific way. Pay attention to it. There is a habitual way of rubbing the hands and returning now, because that breaks up that state very fast. So first, move your mind on the right hand experience. Move your mind on the left hand experience. Slowly, gently lift and raise both your palms and place it on your eyes. Cover your eyes with both the palms slowly. Take your time. And Put both your palms over your eyes, cover your eyes completely, and open the eyes inside in that darkness. And there you start thinking. What thinking? What is your experience? Not mine. Bring your hands down, sit up, and let us share our experiences before we conclude this session, my friends. Bring your hands down. How are you, my friend? How are you?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
What is good?
Relaxed.
Very relaxed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that? Yes. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's not like one time we go to a restaurant, that gives you a pleasure. This gives you inner peace. So in order to get to inner peace, we have to continue the journey. Wonderful. How are you, my friend?
Very good.
Very good? Calm, good. How are you, my friend?
More relaxed, peaceful. And
Yeah, I could see. More relaxed, peaceful. How are you?
Same way, yes, peaceful and
Peaceful and relaxed. I like it.
I even think I fell asleep for a short time. First
Yes!
I did.
Yeah.
But I woke myself up.
And
I think I
you had a sleep with a sound.
if you want to put it this way, thank you.
So I customized the practice instantly so that other people will not.
I didn't sleep the whole night, maybe
Yeah.
that's why it happened.
No,
usually,
it's okay.
Usually I don't fall asleep. I
Don't
hear your
worry.
voice.
Don't worry. You see, pick up one point. During the deep sleep, you do not know when you wake up. Only when you wake up, then you know that you were in sleep. Right? You understand that point? So now conclude. One of the teacher concludes in that tradition. The waker, we all are waker now, if I say that. So waker does not know the sleeper. When I'm deep sleep, I don't know anything about waking state and dream state. When I'm dreaming, I do not know about the sleep and waking. So all the three states are independent. Clear? The waking state does not know what the sleep is, because I'm awake, right? So dream state also knows. You see that who binds all the three states? Who binds? That is what we say our life is. To discover that who is meditation. Discover that who is meditation. You start contemplating that. Does anyone fight with a honey? For example, I know you all are so good, you would never fight. You fight in deep sleep? No. In deep sleep, there is no honey.
Only when you're dreaming about your honey, sometimes.
And once you realize this fact, so what is going to happen? You will never fight. Okay, honey, you are all right. You are right. Even if the other is wrong. You're right, honey. What is the fun of fighting? You realize that point. So another way of understanding meditation is awakening to that wisdom that takes over the mind. How are you?
I felt like I was falling into the ground,
Wonderful.
and my hands and my arms were very tingly.
Yeah.
It almost felt like I could feel the blood in my veins.
Wonderful. That's a deeper experience.
Yeah.
You should continue.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How are you, my friend?
very good. Very, very numb.
Very numb. Yeah.
For this time. Very numb.
Numbness is also a good experience.
But I left the room for a little bit.
Left the room?
Yeah.
You were with your honey?
No, I was having a good time. No,
Good.
Don't ruin it.
No, just asking. So understand that it is a journey, my friends. One has to reach to a point where you live in that state. And the moment you live in that state, then you will never make that statement, who doesn't have a stress? You look from your own mind. I look from my own mind. I see the peace in everyone. That is all. Thank you very much, my friends.